was a night of heartbreak for Rangers. One of those evenings where you go in with hope, maybe even belief, but come out on the other side with that sinking feeling in your chest. The Europa League dream came crashing down under the lights of San Mamés, and with it, the last real chance of silverware this season vanished into the Spanish night. The 2-0 defeat to Athletic Club was more than just a loss. It was a statement, a reminder of how fine the margins are at this level, and how quickly things can unravel when you're up against a side as disciplined and hungry as the Basques were. But let's be honest, the Rangers weren't just up against 11 men. They were fighting fatigue, inconsistency, and the ghost of missed opportunities from earlier in the season. Now there's a lot to unpack from that night. The goals came courtesy of Oyhan Sanset and Nico Williams, 2 players who showed why they're so highly rated in Spain. Williams in particular gave the Rangers backline a torrid time. Every time he touched the ball, there was a sense of danger. It was a performance full of pace trickery and ruthless precision. But for all the credit we can give Athletic Club, there's still that lingering sense of injustice for Rangers fans. A clear penalty shout in the first half when James Tavernier's shirt was ripped in the box was waved away by the referee. And not just waved away. Completely dismissed despite visible evidence of the foul. It's one of those moments that, had it gone the other way, could have changed everything. Tavernier himself spoke after the match, saying the ref acknowledged there was contact, but felt it wasn't enough. His shirt was torn, for crying out loud. How's that not enough even? Club legends like Ali McCoist were left furious by the decision, calling it an embarrassment. And he's not wrong. When you see that kind of clear contact when a player's jersey is shredded like that and nothing is given, it's no wonder fans feel like they're up against more than just the opposition. Deserved or not, the game got away from Rangers, and with it, the last shot at European glory this year. It's a bitter pill to swallow, no doubt about it. But in the middle of all this European drama, there's another storyline quietly building behind the scenes. A potential change that could reshape the very foundations of Rangers Football Club. The much-discussed takeover by 49ers Enterprises, the investment arm of the San Francisco 49ers, is edging closer to completion. And this isn't just about money or some fancy press release. This is about a possible shift in the way the club operates, how it sees itself, and how it's seen around the world. The group already owns a majority stake in Leeds United, and now they're turning their sights to Glasgow. Reports suggest that a deal has been agreed in principle since March, and we are now in the final stages of making it official. For many in the Rangers faithful, there's excitement in the air. The idea of new investment, fresh ideas, and a link to a powerful American sporting brand, it all sounds like the beginning of a new era. One where Rangers could not only bridge the gap with Celtic, but begin to push on in Europe with real ambition. There's talk of strategic alignment between the clubs, sharing resources, maybe even players. It's the kind of collaboration that could bring new energy to IBROX. But not everyone is convinced. There's a growing concern that this American group might not fully understand what they're getting themselves into. This isn't just another football club. Rangers is a symbol, a historic institution with roots that run deep into the cultural and political landscape of Scotland. You don't just buy into Rangers, you inherit a legacy. And that legacy comes with responsibility, history, and an incredibly passionate fan base. That won't be satisfied with half measures or business-first mentalities. Former club executives and insiders are already sounding the alarm. They're saying the 49ers group sees this takeover more as a commercial transaction than a cultural commitment. That they might not grasp the full weight of what it means to own a club like Rangers. And that's a worry. Because if you don't understand the rivalries, the traditions, the sectarian undertones that still linger in parts of Scottish football, then you're walking into a storm without even realizing it. You can't just bring NFL-style management to Glasgow and expect it to work. You need people who live and breathe Rangers, who get what it means when the fans sing their hearts out, who know what it means to walk out at IBROX with that badge on your chest. James Tavernier, who's been wearing the armband during this transitional period under interim manager Barry Ferguson, knows what the club means. And he's thrown his support fully behind Barry, saying he'd love to see him stay on next season. Since stepping in after the dismissal of Philippe, Clement Ferguson has steadied the ship. He's brought structure, belief, and even masterminded that memorable 3-2 win over Celtic at Parkhead, a result that instantly endeared him to the support. With Neil McCann and Billy Dodds alongside him, the coaching team feels more like a family than a staff. And while the decision isn't up to the captain, his words carry weight. He's been here long enough to understand what the fans want and what the players need. Ferguson, for his part, has stayed coy on whether he wants the job full-time. But it's clear he's brought stability and passion back into the dressing room, something that was sorely lacking before. The players are fighting again, running harder, pushing themselves to the limit. Even in defeat against Athletic, you could see the effort, the desire. And sometimes that's where a rebuild begins, not with silverware, but with spirit. Mid all this talk of takeovers and managerial futures, there was a touching gesture during the match in Spain. Rangers wore a different sponsor on their shirts, Team Talk, an initiative aimed at supporting men's mental and physical well-being. The usual sponsor stepped aside for the night, donating the space to raise awareness for a cause that matters. In a world where football is often consumed by money and results, moments like this remind us of the deeper connection between clubs and communities. The head of Rangers charity arm urged men struggling with their mental health to reach out to find solidarity and healing through the power of football. It's that sense of purpose beyond the pitch that makes clubs like Rangers so much more than just a badge or a scoreline. And just to add another layer to this evolving story, former manager Giovanni von Bronckhorst has firmly ruled out any return to IBROX. Speaking during his punditry duties for the second leg of the Europa League quarterfinal, he made it clear that his chapter with Rangers is closed. Maybe someday he says he'll return as a fan, but not as a manager. That book, in his own words, has been shut. And that perhaps is symbolic of where Rangers find themselves now. One chapter ending another beginning. The questions are plenty. Who takes the helm permanently? Will the 49ers truly understand what they're buying into? And can Rangers, a club with more than a century and a half of history, forge a path into the modern era without losing what makes it special? The answers might not come right away. But what's clear is that the next few weeks could shape the club's future in ways we haven't seen in decades. As the season limps towards its conclusion, the tension at Rangers is palpable. After the defeat in the Europa League, the focus has inevitably shifted to domestic matters, where Rangers find themselves trailing Celtic, the eternal rivals, in the Premiership title race. There's a sense that time is running out to make up ground, and the pressure is mounting on those at the helm to make the right decisions in the weeks ahead. But one thing is certain, the magnitude of the task at hand cannot be underestimated. It's not just about catching up with Celtic, it's about reclaiming pride, restoring confidence, and setting a new course for a club that has long been one of the most successful in Scotland. And for many, the first step in this process is finding the right leadership to guide them through these turbulent waters. This brings us back to the ongoing saga surrounding the managerial situation. While interim manager Barry Ferguson has done an admirable job of steadying the ship in the wake of Philippe Clement's departure, the question remains whether he's the man to take the club forward on a permanent basis. Ferguson's candidacy has been bolstered by his connection to the club, his understanding of the fans, and his ability to get a response from the players. But there are those who feel that a bigger name has required someone with more experience. At the top level of European football, the club's owners, whether they're the current board or the incoming 49ers Enterprises Group, will have a crucial decision to make. A decision that could have long-lasting implications for Rangers' future. One thing that's clear from recent developments is that the board is keen to ensure that the next managerial appointment is one that not only brings success on the pitch, but also fully embraces the cultural and emotional aspects of Rangers. The 49ers, as much as they bring the promise of financial backing and a modern business approach, need to understand that Rangers is not just another club to be treated like a commodity in a commercial portfolio. This is a club with deep roots in Scottish society, a club that is woven into the very fabric of Glasgow itself. The fans, the history, the rivalry. It's all part of what makes Rangers unique. So far, the sense from those involved in the potential takeover is that the 49ers are aware of this, but their true understanding will only come with time. In the meantime, Rangers must navigate the remainder of the season with the cards they've been dealt. The league title may be out of reach for this campaign, but there's still plenty to play for in terms of pride and securing European football for next season. The next few weeks will be a test of character, of determination, and of unity. It's a time for the squad to rally together, to put aside any distractions and focus on the job at hand. But it's also a time for the club's supporters to show their unwavering loyalty to stand behind the team no matter what. As much as the Rangers faithful may feel disappointment over the loss in Europe, there's still plenty of reason to hope for the future. The prospect of fresh investment, new ideas, and a possible strategic partnership with Leeds United could provide the club with the resources it needs to rebuild and challenge Celtic at the top once again. The incoming ownership is said to be committed to improving Rangers not only in terms of playing personnel, but also in terms of infrastructure, facilities, and the overall club culture. That's something that the fans will be watching closely, as they're well aware that money alone won't fix everything. It's about balance, investing wisely in both the short and long-term goals of the club. On the pitch, the players will need to step up. There's been some positive performances this season, but too often the team has lacked consistency. Players like Tavernier, Morelos, and Kent will need to lead by example in the coming weeks, driving the team forward with their experience and quality. For some, this could be their last chance to impress before the summer window, with speculation swirling around potential transfers and departures. For others, it's a chance to prove themselves in the heat of a title race, even if it's more about securing second place than a top spot. Meanwhile, the situation surrounding the 49ers takeover continues to evolve. As we've mentioned before, the deal is expected to go through soon, with the 49ers becoming the majority shareholders at Rangers. This has sparked excitement among fans who are hoping that the new owners will bring a new sense of ambition and direction to the club. But the key question is how much influence they'll have over the day-to-day running of the club. The 49ers have proven their ability to run a successful sports organization in the NFL. But football in Europe, especially Scottish football, is a very different beast. While their expertise in managing elite athletes and handling large-scale investments could bring a fresh perspective, they will need to be sensitive to the unique challenges that Rangers faces. It's also worth noting that while there's been a lot of excitement about the 49ers takeover, there are still many questions about what it will mean for the club's identity. Rangers is a club built on tradition, pride, and an intense connection to its supporters. It's crucial that any new owners understand that this isn't just a business venture, it's a cultural institution. The challenge for the 49ers will be to balance their commercial goals with the emotional and historical significance of the club. It won't be an easy task, but if they get it right, they could help usher in a new era of success for Rangers. As the season winds down, the Rangers board, the players and the fans will find themselves at a crossroads. With the 49ers takeover on the horizon and a new manager potentially at the helm, the club is on the brink of a new chapter. The potential for growth and success is there, but it will require careful planning, smart decisions, and most importantly, the continued support of the loyal Rangers supporters. They are the heartbeat of the club. And if anyone understands the importance of that, it's Barry Ferguson. His connection to the club is unquestionable. And while he may not have been able to secure silverware this season, he's provided a glimpse of what could be if the right people are in charge. So as we look ahead to the final weeks of the season, there's much to be hopeful for. The 49ers takeover could be a turning point for Rangers, but only time will tell if they truly understand what it means to lead a club like this. As for the players, they must dig deep, finish the season strong, and ensure that Rangers remains competitive at the highest level. And for the fans, it's about staying united, staying proud, and staying loyal. Because the journey is far from over. There's still much to play for, and with the right leadership, the best could be yet to come. The road ahead is filled with uncertainty, but it's a road that Rangers have traveled before. And with the right commitment, the right investment, and the right mindset, they can travel it again and come out the other side stronger than ever. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. In a transfer twist few saw coming, Rangers have reportedly launched an ambitious pursuit of Mexican star Carlos Vela, sparking waves of excitement and debate across the Scottish football scene. After a storied career stretching from the Premier League to Spain's La Liga, and more recently Major League Soccer, VELA could be set for one final European encore. and this time under the bright lights of IBROX. Whispers of talks between Rangers hierarchy and the players' representatives have surfaced just months before the LAFC forward's contract expires, signaling what could be one of the most daring signings in the club's modern history. VELA, now 36, has long been a symbol of flair and finesse, a forward blessed with vision, control, and an eye for the spectacular. His journey from Guadalajara to Arsenal, then to Real Sociedad, and ultimately LAFC has seen him evolve into a complete attacker, capable of orchestrating play from deep or finishing with clinical precision. While his time in the MLS might be winding down, his influence on the pitch remains undiminished. With 93 goals and a slew of individual accolades, including the MLS MVP and Golden Boot, VELA still possesses the star quality that could ignite any attack, and Rangers believe that spark could illuminate their push for domestic and European glory. Sources close to the deal suggest that Rangers view VELA as a statement signing, not merely for his footballing pedigree, but for his commercial pull and leadership potential. With James Tavernier's future still uncertain and questions swirling around the squad's creative output, the idea of pairing VELA with the likes of Todd Cantwell and Abdallah Sima has fans dreaming of a reinvigorated frontline. While some question the practicality of signing a veteran who spent recent years outside Europe's top leagues, others point to his experience, footballing IQ, a match-winning ability as the perfect antidote to Rangers' recent inconsistencies in the final third. Yet despite the optimism, hurdles remain. VELA is said to be weighing up his options carefully, mindful of the demands of Scottish football and the lifestyle shift such a move would entail. His connection to LAFC remains strong, and the allure of a swansong season in the MLS, potentially, as a player-coach, could complicate matters. Nonetheless, Rangers' intent appears serious. Club scouts have reportedly been present at recent LAFC fixtures, and internal discussions have already touched on short-term contract structures. That would offer flexibility for both parties. For now, the IBROX faithful must wait with bated breath. Carlos Vela in a Rangers shirt would be more than a headline. It would be a gamble laced with glamour, a bet on artistry in a league often defined by grit. But then again, football in Glasgow has always loved a good story, and this one should. It come to pass might just be the next unforgettable chapter in Rangers' ever-evolving legacy. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC, and don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.